Magandang umaga po, Secretary, and magandang umaga po sa ating mga press corps no, nandito sa umagang ito. Well, ito po yung ginagawa po namin doon sa temporary closure of San Juanico Bridge. But before that, gusto ko lang masabi, yung original San Juanico Bridge was opened in 1973 pa ito. So it's more than 50 years na po ito. And it's actually due for major rehabilitation works. Sa katunayan po nito, na-anticipate na natin dito that it will have to be closed one time or another in the next few years. No? Kasi this is the reason why ito under the administration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., nagkaroon po ng plano that we will construct a new bridge nearby, adjacent to the existing San Juanico Bridge. Now, this is now in the works, yung ano nito, because the new bridge is now under preparation. In fact, this will be one of the flagship projects under this administration. And ito po ay mafi-finance ng Japanese government. It's now under detailed engineering design. We hope that the detailed engineering design will be completed by 2026, and thereafter, the construction will follow immediately. And ang plano ko dito talaga is pag natapos po itong tulay na ito po yung kuwan ng tulay na gagawin na perspective na yung tulay na gagawin doon nearby. And actually, pag natapos ito, dapat isasara po yung existing San Juanico Bridge para magkaroon na ng major rehabilitation works. So ito po yung anticipation. Unfortunately po, in the preliminary assessment of the San Juanico Bridge, doon po sa approach structures, hindi po yung main structure. The main structure is intact. Doon po sa approach structures, may nakita po na mga segments that are already in the state of deterioration sa ibaba. So, and it was recommended that dapat i-close na kaagad. But in the further analysis of the pinayagan po namin ng 3 tons muna for the time being yung makalakbay dito sa tulay na ito for the time being. While we are now undertaking po ngayon, as I speak, ginagawa po yung immediate retrofitting doon sa mga segments that are found to be deteriorated at saka dangerous for heavy loads. No? So ito po yung ngayon. Siguro po ang kuha namin dito is we are expediting the process. In the meantime, nakipag-coordinate po kami with the local governments, Philippine Ports Authority, and dun sa PNP for the control of traffic. So, for the time being po, yung halimbawa yung mga passengers that have to cross the bridge, unfortunately, they will have to stop on one end and they will transfer to another, to the same bus company on the other end. Pero yung transport po ng mga mga passengers are being shuttled free of charge po. Free of charge. So, ito po yung arrangements for the time being. And then, yung cargo po is actually we are coordinating with the Philippine Ports Authority. Kasi kung minsan yung mga cargo nang gagaling sa Luzon, no? From Matnog, kung po pwede po idiretso na dun sa may banda ng Carigara, sa may Leyte na po without passing through the bridge for the time being. In the meantime, we are doing our best na kung matapos po namin kumpunihin yung mga deteriorated sections doon sa approaches, we might be able to increase the load limit in sometime within the year po.
Thank you, Sec Manny. We can now take questions. Sam Medanilia, Business Mirror.
Sir, na-mention po nila na merong plano na dapat magkakaroon ng temporary bridge. Magkano po kaya yung budget para doon sa temporary bridge? At i-pursue pa rin po ba yun ng government ngayong ongoing na yung rehabilitation sa San Juanico Bridge po?
Hindi po namin pinaplano na magkaroon ng temporary bridge at this point in time, because if you're going to construct a temporary bridge across a more than 2 kilometers of the strait, it will take years na naman po. So I think the arrangement for now is actually to temporarily allow 3 tons na load capacity, but in the next few months actually, pag natapos po namin yung retrofitting of some of the segments, we might be able to increase a little bit on the load limits po.
Okay. Clarify ko lang, sir. Ano po yung na-mention po nila kanina na parang meron pong plans na matapos by yung detailed engineering by 2026?
Yes po.
Ano po, hindi po siya
Di po.
ano po yung bridge na yun?
This is another bridge. It's a permanent bridge. This is a permanent bridge. This is a second San Juanico bridge that will be constructed. Mas mahaba po ito. Mas mahaba po ito. I think this will be about 2,600 meters.
Magkano po yung budget po dito na i-allocate?
Well, we will know actually after the detailed engineering designs have been completed po.
Tapos last na lang po, sir. Na-mention na rin po kasi na parang may ongoing mga projects yung DPWH in preparation po dun sa ASEAN Summit for next year. Ano po kaya yung mga priority projects ng DPWH na expected matapos bago mag-start po yung summit?
Well, ang focus po namin in Metro Manila, because the preliminary meetings will have to take place by early 2026. Alam po ninyo, meron po kami yung programa to rehabilitate the entire EDSA. Now, ang priority program namin in coordination with yung sa pagdating ng Asia Pacific meetings, ang priority sections that we will be undertaking will be from yung Pasay to Shaw Boulevard. Pasay to Shaw Boulevard, southbound and northbound. And ang timetable po namin dito is we hope that we can complete that segments, yung segments na yan by towards the end of the year. So, ito po and then the rest of the sections will follow through. Ang kwan po namin dito, plano namin dito, while we are going to put priority to those sections from Pasay to Shaw Boulevard, there may be other sections that we may start also na hindi naman masyadong makakaabala dun sa traffic during the summit in Manila.
Tristan Nodalo, Newswatch Plus.
Hi, sir. Good morning po.
Good morning po. Good
Sir,
morning.
nabanggit nyo na yung EDSA Rehab. Siguro po less than a month bago yung target na pagsisimula ng EDSA Rehab. Meron po bang pag-aaral kung gaano katagal yung madadagdag sa travel ng isang commuter, for example, sa EDSA? Kung nagta-travel siya ng 1 hour, madadagdagan po ba ng 30 minutes to 1 hour yung tagal dahil sa gagawing rehab?
Well, I'm sure that there will be some inconvenience to some extent actually, because of we will be occupying some spaces along EDSA as we do the rehabilitation work. Pero ito yung pinag-uusapan po namin with Metropolitan Development Authority and Department of Transportation to plan out actually the traffic management so that we will minimize actually the inconvenience that will be brought up by the reconstruction of EDSA po. Yan ang kunan namin. I think MMDA and DOTR are actually having the protocols and the traffic management plan laid out already, so that tinitignan po nila kung ano yung mga alternate routes that is available and how to manage actually the internal traffic in EDSA during construction po.
Ano-ano po, sir, yung mga pinag-aaralang traffic management plans? Kasi may nabanggit din po yung Skyway, Stage 3, baka magamit din. Ano-ano, sir, initial na...
I think that is one of the propositions of the OTR to arrange with the concessionaires of the Skyway to allow actually some of the vehicles from yung nagtra-travel sa EDSA to use Skyway in the meantime, that we are undertaking po yung rehabilitation works. And then MMDA naman yata, if I recall, is actually to delineate actually yung mga separated yung mga vehicles, yung mga motor vehicles as against yung mga bicycles or motorcycles on lane by lane para hindi ho magkakalabo-labo and to smoothen actually the travel along EDSA as we do the rehabilitation po.
Ivan Mayrina, GMA Integrated News.
Sec, balikan ko po yung San Juanico Bridge. Sinabi nyo ho, within the year, we might be able to increase load limit. Increase load limit lang po pero hindi pa natin siya ibabalik sa full capacity.
Yes, I think kasi the full capacity of the existing San Juanico Bridge will be undertaken as soon as the new bridge is actually constructed, no? Kasi while the main structure is intact, I think meron din kalang i-rehabilitate ngayon doon sa mismong center structure, no? But ang tansya namin dito, if we are able to increase the load limits, I think we may be able to increase it up to 10 tons actually.
At sa 10 tons ho, hindi na ma-disrupt yung flow of goods and
actually, most of the vehicles will be allowed except heavy loads.
And when you say within the year, are you talking about the last quarter or maybe
last quarter po.
Last quarter po. Okay. Meron ho bang instructions ng Pangulo dahil ang pinangangambahan po dito yung possible inflationary effect ng period na to na hindi nadadaanan ng San Juanico dahil it will impact the cost of transporting goods to and from the region?
Yes, I think this is an issue on economic considerations actually due to the impact of the closure of our limiting the load on San Juanico Bridge. But I think ang panaman natin dito, the Philippine Ports Authority is actually trying to make yung alternative routes from Luzon going already to Leyte without passing San Juanico Bridge. I think ang pan po natin dito is the primary consideration here is to have to provide the safety access. No, you don't want really to compromise actually the safety of the motorist that will be passing through San Juanico Bridge po.
Any specific instructions from the President regarding this?
Yes po.
Meron po bang?
Kailangan po talaga primordial is provide safety to the motorists.
Pierre Pastor, Bilyonaryo.
Hi, Sec.
Yes, ma'am.
Konting detail lang po dun sa Carigara alternative route.
Yes,
ano po yung parang Roro na pwede pong sakyan din ng passengers or para lang po siya sa business, goods?
Pwede rin po, yes. Actually ang nakikita ng Philippine Ports Authority is even from Matnog, they can go directly to Carigara na hindi pupunta doon sa San Juanico Bridge. But more effectively, more efficiently is actually yung mga passenger buses. They can travel all the way to the foot of San Juanico Bridge and then they will be shuttled to the other side. That's only about 2 kilometers po yan eh. Sasaluin naman ngayon ng other bus nila and continue the travel.
Thank you, sir.
Eden Santos, Net 25.
Sec, good morning po. Doon sa
Morning po.
free shuttle na para sa mga pasahero, magkano po ba yung budget na inilaan o ilalaan para dito po? At papaano po katagal yung ganitong setup?
Well, yung budget is actually internal sa department. We will provide, actually free naman po ito, free naman yung shuttle. And I think there are also contributions from the private sector na nakipag-akuan naman po rito sa temporary shuttling of passengers, no? So I think as long as kailangan po ng shuttling for the time being, yun po yung arrangement natin.
So wala pong ilalabas na pera dito ang from the government end po?
I don't think we will hindi po kami ng additional funds, that we will not need additional funds for the purpose po.
Thank you po.
Tuesday New, DZBB.
Hi, Secretary.
Yes, ma'am.
Maiba ako ng tulay naman. Yung tulay sa Isabela, sir, ano ang findings na na-submit nyo kay Presidente at mayroon na po bang nakasuhan doon sa nangyaring aksidente?
Well, yung sa may Kabagan po, tapos na po kami doon sa technical investigations namin, no? And I think at this point in time, we will now be rendering actually yung completion of the report so that we will have to request all those that we think should be asked yung participation nila on the construction of that bridge. But in the meantime, ang ng Pangulo sa amin is actually, while we are doing that, let's move forward and at the earliest possible time, tingnan natin how we are going to reconstruct or rebuild the bridge. And yun po yung pinagtutuunan po namin ng pansin ngayon. Yung how are we going to rebuild it at the shortest possible time.
And nagsimula na po ba yung
Yes po.
proseso?
Sisimula na po kami. I think ang pan po namin dito is because there are some issues that has led to the failure of one segment, tinitingnan po namin yung the overall structural integrity of the bridge now, kung ano po ang dapat namin gawin para makumpuni namin lahat.
Thank you, sir.
Clay Pardilla, People's Television.
Good morning po, Secretary.
Good morning po, good morning.
Secretary, how much is the total budget and when did the DPWH actually realize that San Juanico Bridge needed major rehab, and what lessons can we learn to avoid acting only kapag hindi na po ito ligtas?
Well, I think as I said, the planned new bridge is actually in the process of undertaking yung detailed engineering design. We would know actually as soon as matapos natin po yung detailed engineering design. I'm sure that the new bridge will also will be designed for more than 50 years actually yung design, yung bridge na yan. Similar to the original San Juanico Bridge. San Juanico Bridge, as I said, was completed in 1973, and it's only now that I think it is really due for major rehabilitation works po.
Any more questions for Sec Bonoan? If there are none, thank you, Sec.
Maraming salamat po sa atin lahat. Salamat po.